Buenos dias, Masanori Kobayashi, Program Director at the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, speaking Cali, Colombia, attending conference of the party's 16th meeting of the Convention on Biodiversity. I have a pleasure to be with Dr. Lizzie McLeod, Global Ocean Director of the Nature Conservancy, here with me. I'd like to ask you how you have been finding your time in COP16 so far. I have been seeing you speaking at a number of side events and giving very inspiring and informative talks. Can you tell us your reflections about how you have been attending the COP16 so far?
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Masanori. From my perspective, what's really exciting about this COP is that oceans are running through all of the sessions that I've been involved in. We were talking about this as oceans. The nature is also blue as being a key theme that runs through here. And the themes that are coming up again and again are that oceans are a great connector. They connect people, they connect businesses, economies, and cultures, and that's been really running through a lot of the conversations here at the COP. We're also elevating a number of key issues around the oceans. We're having a lot of conversations around the need to engage the private sector, around the need to end harmful subsidies and create incentives for nature positive, ocean positive economies and business opportunities. Where there's a lot of conversations around the importance of mainstreaming biodiversity across all sectors, across fisheries and aquaculture, tourism and more. And then there's also a really big emphasis on delivery of the global biodiversity framework and making sure that as we're doing so, we have strong monitoring and accounting in place to make sure that we're meeting our targets effectively.
Excellent, Lizzie. And I know that you've been also advising some of the government delegates. And what do you expect as the outcome of this CBD COP16? What would be your expectations to this COP16?
Well, we've seen a lot of emphasis and energy around the High Seas Treaty, where our hope is that we will continue. We're about a quarter of the way there, getting countries to ratify the High Seas Treaty. There's been a lot of energy and ambition around that. I just heard actually a colleague who shared a minute ago that the Secretary General of the UN was just talking about how the world really galvanized around High Seas Treaty progress, and they're hoping for that same commitment for the upcoming Plastics Treaty. So again, there's just a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and we're hoping that will continue as we march towards the UN Ocean Conference in June.
Yeah, excellent. I know that the 30 by 30 target and the BBNJ seems to be a central theme that the people are discussing. And I see also some of the challenges that the people are indicating. What would be a key elements to overcome the challenges that the people are also expressing here in terms of achieving these policy goals and objectives?
Yeah, well, the one key barrier to achieving 30% protection is really the funding to do so, and the sustainable financing to do that. But there's also been a lot of conversations around making sure that all of the right stakeholders are at the table, that indigenous communities, that local communities are fully engaged in the conversations, in setting targets, in helping to support commitments to 30% protection, so that we're making sure we're protecting the right 30%, but that those rights holders and users are absolutely critical to those conversations.
Right, so the resource users really play a key role in having maybe the optimal balance of conservation and sustainable use, and we really hope that useful guidelines and action points will come out as an outcome of this COP16. And I also wanted to see how the TNC, I know it's been working globally, and you're working particularly for Asia Pacific, but what role do you see the TNC will play a role in facilitating the achievement of these policy goals?
Well, it's a great question and an important one, and I would say that as the Nature Conservancy, one of the world's largest conservation organizations in the world, we work alongside all of our partners, our fellow NGOs, local community organizations as well. And a key role that groups like TNC play is really in helping to bring together the science, also the convening, bringing together the private sector, bringing together governments, and really catalyzing those conversations and commitments that need to happen to make sure that we deliver our 30 by 30 targets, but really more broadly the targets in the global biodiversity framework.
Right. So these multi-stakeholders and cross-sectoral collaborations, social collaboration and international partnership, they're really a key in overcoming the challenges, and also central theme that the TNC is advancing. And yeah, we are coming to the end of the year 2024, and we'll enter 2025. A number of things are happening. Of course, third UN Ocean Conference is taking place. We are also collaborating with Nippon Foundation and economists in hosting this World Ocean Summit March next year. Osaka Expo is also another platform to address ocean. But for TNC and Lizzie yourself, what you are looking at as an important initiative event in the forthcoming months?
Well, all of those that you just mentioned are key priorities for TNC, and we hope to work closely with you, Masanori, and our partners. Certainly, as the March to UNOC, we have some key priorities we're hoping to elevate there. High Seas Treaty ratification and implementation is absolutely critical, and really pushing countries to make bold commitments and then make sure they have the resources and the plans to actually deliver on those. Also, really elevating the importance of sustainable fisheries and aquaculture, blue foods. We know that's a vital issue, and we're really hoping to elevate that at the UN conference. And certainly another key priority for the Nature Conservancy is through electronic monitoring and really increasing transparency so that we're reducing IUU and eliminating IUU. And so we'll be there in full force, supporting the protection goals, our climate commitments, really elevating climate action, and then certainly fisheries and aquaculture as well, to make sure that people have the resources and the sustainability that they need to thrive.
Excellent. So marine biodiversity and marine biological resources that are quite critical for blue seafood. This is very important, and IUU fishing elimination is really a key areas, and yes, monitoring how we monitor, report, and verify. These are also very important features for the sustainable ocean and sustainable blue economies. And thank you. We really look forward to working closely with you at TNC, and hope that we can really elevate this international partnership for achieving sustainable ocean, conserving and sustainably use marine biodiversity resources. Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you so much, Masanori. I really appreciate it, and look forward to working closely with you as well.
Thank you.